I'm Dr. Stephen Trudeau, otherwise known as the Psych on the Bike. I believe that just surviving, just getting by is not good enough, that we are destined to actually thrive. And that's what I'm on a mission to do. Not only thrive for myself, but to find out from other thrivers who are succeeding at life what it is they do exactly that helps them to live a glorious life. Come with me on this journey as we check out some pretty interesting people. So I'm here with Craig Shoemaker, comedian, author, father, spiritual advisor? No.
Yeah, life guide.
Life guide.
Doctor.
Doctor.
There's my degree over there.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that.
I have more slashes in my title than a Freddy Krueger movie.
Actor?
Yes,
voiceover actor?
Yeah, I got all that stuff going on.
And
I believe in that. I believe that we should all answer to our Creator and tap into whatever comes out. I mean, a lot of people go. I'm mostly known as a comedian, as you know.
Yeah.
And people, if I even say something political on Facebook, they all have a fit. I go, no, look, we're all a lot of things. I'm not a 24/7 mirth monkey. You know what I mean? I just respond to whatever comes up for me and just get out of the way. That's actually how I wrote my book. Is I got out of the way and let kind of a divine source speak, and it's a creative source.
Tell me the title of your book again.
It's called Love Mastered with an apostrophe D. A lot of it's about the healing through difficulties, and it's almost like a how not to.
I like that. I like that
too.
The reason I wanted to interview you was because you are indeed thriving.
Yeah.
And I've known you in the community as a thriver. You're a dedicated father, and you work. I mean, you get out there and you really work. And not just on stage do you have a smile on your face, but you have a smile on your face almost all the time.
I have one right now because my son is on his hands and knees trying to get by. We'll see what kind of a father I am with the discipline.
He's a great one.
He looked like he was doing. He was in boot camp, crawling like a Navy SEAL. Like we're not supposed to see him. That was very subtle, Justin. Great job. Are you doing that because Jackson's building the blocks and making noise? Well, two of my children.
And living real life. I mean, let's do real life interviews. It's not all sanitary in a studio.
Right.
This is your actual home.
Yeah.
This is where you live. So
we're missing two of the children. You'll hear one of them when she wakes up. She can. She is the most sensitive sleeper ever. She can hear dew forming on a window. What was that? I'd go out of my mind. She's the lightest sleeper I've ever found. So 3 sons and a daughter and a great wife. Yeah. So
and a great life.
Yeah, great life. And by the way, it didn't start that way.
Well, that's the thing. Triumph over adversity is one of the common themes of people who are indeed thriving. I like to study successful people, and not just monetarily, but like really successful at life. Find out what they do, and then share that with my clients who are struggling, and to let them know that it can be done. I mean, you overcame a lot of adversity.
Yeah. I mean, starting with birth, my dad left. Was it something I said? Wah.
Yeah.
He's gone. So, we were raised in, we didn't have any money. I thought my father's name was doesn't pay the child support. I actually thought that was his name. My mother would say, your father doesn't pay the child support. And, and I did have fun with it, though. I mean, you have to have fun with adversity sometimes. Yeah. Like, when I was a kid, I actually thought the word evict meant move. I thought they were the same word. Look, Mommy, here's the eviction truck. I knew, whoop, there we go. Because I didn't know what the word meant. And all I knew is she would cry reading another notice. And we were moving. And I lived in 13 different places when I was a kid before high school. And it was just one of these things where I learned how to have fun with it.
You see what I'm talking about here? I mean, this is a guy who's thriving. He's loving life. Yeah. And that's what we're talking about, in the courage to thrive. So, got my little cards here, a little courage to thrive, because it actually takes courage to move beyond just surviving, just getting by. I want to learn from you some fundamental things that make this happen. So, how would you define thriving, and what makes you thrive?
I would define thriving is getting past any odds. We all have odds, by the way. Some have different ones. It manifests itself in different ways. We all have odds. We have to deal with life. And in dealing with life, how do you thrive? How do you get past these obstacles that are in your way? And that's what thriving is to me.
How do you know you are thriving? What's the evidence in your life that you're thriving?
I think the evidence is, I mean, I've had the illusion of evidence as far as awards,
Okay.
as far as success and recognition, you know, being recognized. But to me, it really is, it's a self-fulfilling thing, is I know when I did the work. I know when something was easy, or nothing has ever really been handed to me, but I know when it's a little easier. And I also know when I've dealt with something that was really, really difficult. And on the other side of that, there's this peace that comes over me. There's a knowing, there's an understanding that, yes, that in the now, as long as I stay in the now and not project to the future, then I'm good.
Very nice. What was the biggest physical and mental challenge you've ever had to face?
I've had several physical challenges, mental challenges in my life. It would depend on when. It's all been a development of that too, and each one kind of goes somewhere because I deal with them. Mm-hmm. I think one of the choices that I made, one of the strong choices I made, was to remove myself from toxic people and conditions.
Okay.
I think that was a big one, and that then manifested itself. It wasn't like a set intention, I'm going to get rid of my Crohn's disease, for instance. Mm-hmm. I had Crohn's disease.
That's a big physical obstacle.
Well, they say it's incurable. So something inside of me drove me, again, listening to that, responding to that source, and said, that's somebody else telling you what your condition is, mm-hmm. and predicting the results. And I went about it my own way. I started to do things naturally, like I naturally now drink tons of water, a lot of it. And I therefore eliminated other things. I thought of the water as cleansing me, and so as other people are addicted to caffeine, I look at it as that's my jump start, since our bodies are so much composed of water. Mm-hmm. And I literally do a visual. No one taught me this. I just do a visual of what it's doing and how it's going throughout my body. That started the path of recovery for Crohn's disease. And then I was introduced to a liquid nutritional that has 7 botanicals, and I go, oh, botanicals, they're natural. I want to put natural things in my body. And you know what? I don't have Crohn's disease anymore.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What is your daily spiritual tradition?
Well, because I do all of that traveling, because it's a wacky kind of system that I'm under, I don't have a daily routine. And I will tell you that when I'm not spiritually fit, you know, a lot of people are physically fit. And when you're physically fit, you can deal with things physically. You can wrestle someone or fight someone or defend yourself because you're physically fit. And mental fitness, you know, you can go do the New York Times crossword puzzle, you know, or Sudoku or whatever. I mean, you are mentally fit. So we work on that. We read books and we do all those things. But a lot of us don't work on the spiritual fitness. And to me, as long as I do that, I am ready for anything, mm-hmm. anything that comes my way. So I got to do my work, and that includes meditating, laugh-a-dating. I do this thing called laugh-a-dating, where it's just I engage others and myself in this heavy-duty laughter with no jokes. It's just a commitment to the laughing, and it becomes so contagious, and it does everything to set a new vibration for your day that you can have anything happen. I mean, so it's a physical fitness. I got to do my serenity squats today.
There you go.
And it is like that. So if I do that, just like an athlete ready for the game, I'm ready for the game of life.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is the best book on personal growth and development that you've ever read?
There's no question the best book I've ever read is Conversations with God.
Nice.
And Neil Donald Walsh basically summed it up for me, because I was brought up with religion, mm-hmm. and didn't get it. I would sit in churches and it would be, these thoughts would come over me. As a child, I'd be sitting there going, it doesn't make any sense. Why am I not going to hell, but my other friend is? I had to make some sense of it and
bring it back to that personal relationship with God.
Yeah. And that book gave it all to me. That just, then I understood that it's within all of us, that we are all this essence and this spirit, and we must tap into it, and that will guide you.
Who is the most important person that keeps you thriving in your life?
The most important person that keeps me thriving is me.
All
And
right.
that's not said in an egotistical way. It's me and my connection with that higher source. It's not me. It's, if I'm tapping into that greatest me, we're all that.
Right.
Everyone is that. So I don't have, and I used to, gurus, false gods, deities, you know, empowering someone with a cloak or a cloth or a thing, and it doesn't make sense again. And then, by the way, as a child, I would find out that these people that you empower are not good people.
Sometimes,
many times.
yeah.
Many times.
Yeah.
I was kidnapped and molested. Changed my life. Changed my life. I empowered this man to assist me through my childhood, to give me all the things that I had no father, that he could be my father. I let this guy in on me and trusted him. And he took me away and took all that childhood away at 13. And again, instinctually, I was saying to myself, oh, wow, man, this is a ripoff what these adults are telling me. My mother told me to go away with them.
Mm-hmm.
Approved of it. Didn't do anything about it when I told her. Told me to keep it a secret. That didn't sit well with me as a child. And you're only as sick as your secrets.
You're only as sick as your secret.
And you know what? I ain't sick anymore. I let all those secrets out.
Good for you. And as evidenced by the life that you're living now.
Yeah.
You know? Which historical figure do you find the most inspiring?
Bruce Springsteen.
Historical?
Well, he's history, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
History
yeah.
for me. In my personal history, Bruce Springsteen changed my life.
Wow.
Changed my direction.
Now, how is that?
I saw him as a young guy in 1984, Born in the USA tour, and that was the moment. I said, that's what I'd like to do on stage. Tell the truth. Be revealing. Bring it from the heels. Give everything that you have. Be creative. And that's what I wanted to do, and I think that I've done that every single time. But people leave my shows now.
Right.
Saying, my face hurts.
My face hurts.
I got Bell's palsy. Did you even take a break? Oh my God. I had it happen last night. Well, they'll come up and they're exhausted, and they know, just like Springsteen had with me that night, I felt like he was talking to me. There was a connection. I still remember the stories that he told about breaking into Graceland. And that was the moment where I said, that guy in my history is the greatest artist who does what I'd like to do in comedy, or however my art manifests itself. That's what I want to do, is be him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What personal creed do you live by?
I'd say that the most important thing to me, not to repeat myself, is to be rigorously honest
Okay.
in all ways.
I like that. That's succinct. Be rigorously honest.
Even when you ask me the question, I have to go within, take a pause, allow the spiritus, the breath, that's a Latin word for breath, allow that to respond, not my ego or try to be smart or try, you know, it's just reveal the truth and be rigorously honest about it.
I like that. I like that. What one life skill do you wish you could teach your younger self?
My younger self, the very skill that I would teach him is to gravitate towards people that are good people, that live that have a good moral compass and have character and integrity, and go to them, and therefore the others will go away, those people from that pool that is just so filthy that we fish in, and it's just so not good for you to live like.
Is there a self-soothing skill, strategy, or technique that you rely on when all else fails?
I have to deep breathe, and I call it mindful breathing.
Okay.
My mindful breathing brings me to a consciousness, whereas my unconscious self is the guy who's fearful and panic-stricken and does things to get over, get by, does it that way. It's that filly plowing his way through life and fighting and I'll take you down and I'm going to win and victorious and all that kind of stuff. That's the guy I need to get away from. So therefore I have a mindful breathing where contrary action is the result of the mindful breathing to that guy.
Nice.
So if I'm ready to lie, cheat, steal, or whatever, the conscious mindful self says, oh, have empathy, have compassion in this situation, love this person who is perceived to be your enemy. And the results of that one are 100%.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mindful breathing. What is the most important concept that gives your life meaning?
The most important concept that gives my life meaning. I'm repeating it because I have no idea what the answer is. Without repeating myself, because it's that concept.
You can repeat yourself.
It's the concept of being mindful, conscious, and honest.
That makes sense. How do you personally deal with adversity?
Adversity, I embrace it. I see where it's coming from. The most important thing is to identify the fear. And fear, I have learned, is false evidence appearing real.
Right.
It appears to be some big thing, but it's evidence that's based on other people's evidence and their own fears. So where is it to me personally? Most of the time, it's just this absolute lie that's been told. So I stay grounded, stay patient, stay honest.
Nice.
And that gets me through.
That'll work.
Yeah.
What goal are you working on now? Like, I guess a bucket list item.
Well, I have a huge goal going on right now. My goal is to leave comedy, of which I've been doing since my junior year of high school. That's a long time ago.
You've been doing comedy a long time.
A long time.
Why would you want to leave comedy?
High level I've made it to, because I'm driven by different purpose. That's my answer to that, is if I could do even more purposeful comedy, I would do it. And that is one of the goals I have, is to basically, people don't realize that comedy is a very spiritual situation that people are not aware of, because they think I'm just laughing. Well, what it does to you, what it engages, and oxygenates your body, healing endorphins are released, and stress is relieved. It's a very spiritual act that we're doing. So I want to build a bridge from the woo-woo to the ha-ha.
Woo-woo to the ha-ha.
The woo-woo people, they're sitting on a rock in Sedona. They need to laugh more.
Okay. And
people who make people laugh, and the laughers, need to have an understanding of how it keeps you in the now, and how really it's almost a Buddhist. There's the laughing Buddha. It's a beautiful thing to laugh. So there's just more awareness of what the powers of laughter give us. And if I can do something like that, I'll come back to comedy in a different way. But as I do it now, working in bars and traveling around the country, being away from my family, I couldn't wait to be called daddy. It was a lifelong goal. And I finally, with Justin, that's my first child, oh, he's going to talk now. And he looks at me, and I thought he was going to call me daddy. He looks at me and goes, airport. Airport.
Where's Daddy?
Ever since that moment, you have these, in my life, ha-ha moments. Yeah. These are I had a ha-ha. I said, come on, man, you got to start to go in a different direction.
How would you like to be remembered? What would be your legacy?
I like to be remembered as a guy that offered levity in a unique way and gave people inspiration.
Nice. That would work.
Works for me.
Put that on your tombstone.
Yeah. If I could inspire people
yeah.
to rethink something, or really give it some extra pause, as opposed to just being a lemming and following.
Yeah.
If I can assist people in that way, not tell them how to do it, but if my unique way of demonstrating that assists people or helps people, I'm good.
Nice.
Yeah.
What piece of wisdom or skill would you like the rest of the world to know?
I'd like people to really work at not responding in a mindless way. I would like if people really did listen to their inner guide and not put it onto someone else and someone else's own fears that they're projecting onto you, or their own power, their own control. Really let a higher power lead you in a different direction. And I would guarantee you we'd have a lot less violence and a lot less difficulties if that's what we listen to in our lives.
Nice. Thank you for letting me come into your home and share some time with you.
You got it.
You know?
Right on time for our Eagles, baby.
Yeah.
I got the kids trained. They're ready. They already got the shirts on. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. Ready, Jer? Fly, Eagles, fly. Come on. See, I thought I had